Who are you meeting with? Be nice.
Steve, you're just
do it
no one wants you in the shoots.
Okay, no.
Get out of here and go. Get the out of here and go. No one wants you in the shoot. I'm planning it.
Kim wants it around her schedule.
Do you know what we're fighting about? There are people
per day.
Maybe if you had a business that you were passionate about, then you would know what it takes to run a business, but you don't. So don't even act like you know what I'm talking about.
Who do you think is now wearing the smuggest smile in Hollywood? Kardashian Kourtney. People are now seeing that she was correct all along after years of being labeled the black sheep and the family's rebel. The internet is going crazy with claims that Kourtney is having her greatest life ever, and the Kardashian enterprise is in complete disarray as a result. The bombshell is here. All of a sudden, Kim Kardashian wants to drastically cut down on the reality program, as well as Kris Jenner. They say she's going crazy. Kim is busy and scheduled according to sources, but it seems like she's too busy to balance everything right now. Kim is now acknowledging that she has to be realistic about her bandwidth, according to one source. Wait, this is just what Kourtney was hauled for years ago, isn't it? Recall Kourt's declaration that she intended to live in seclusion, take time to raise her children, and take a break. What were her sisters up to? On national television, they made fun of her. She was ripped apart by the media. Not to mention the combat scene that will never be forgotten. They really leaped her. When Kourtney said that she didn't want reality TV to ruin her kids' lives, she received a lot of backlash. Now, however, have a look about. The children of North and Kim are hitting the Kourt's children were the same age when she applied the brakes. Kim is suddenly using the same card. Do you remember the time Kourtney hit Kim so forcefully that her makeup was all over the wall? Legendary. Everyone is dropping left and right due to all these scheduling changes, and I can't take it any longer. Additionally, since Kourtney doesn't run this, I need her to stop being so obnoxious about sticking up her ass. She is the least visually appealing. Khloe intervened to defuse the situation as Kim attempted to clap back. However, she ultimately held court so Kim could get her shots. That incident will always be etched in the annals of reality television. Years later, the roles have been reversed in the most delicious manner imaginable. Kourtney is no longer the antagonist. When Kim eventually acknowledges that the program may not be worth the trouble, she is the one laughing. Speaking of turmoil, let's go back to Kourtney and Travis Barker's marriage. It wasn't really champagne that the sisters were popping. Why? Because Travis stated, "Baby, you never have to work again," while staring her in the eye. Let's simply work together to sell water, construct something, and prioritize our families. The Kardashian machine was rocked by that. She no longer needed the family brand because of Kourtney's wealth and Travis's rock star money. And they were severely scorched by that truth. All of a sudden, everything is okay and Kim wants to leave the performance. Oh, stating that you're too busy is suddenly considered elegant? Please. Kourtney was hauled about 4 years for uttering the same words. However, Kim now does the same thing, leaving Kris Jenner frantically working behind the scenes as if her business were on fire. I had no desire to do it. You're so obnoxious, so don't get involved. Quit talking. What is the true reason behind Kim's actions? The tea is here. She has a brand new television. Word on the street is that Kenya Barris, the creative force behind Grownish and Blackish, is involved in the project. Kim most likely views this as her great opportunity to go to scripted TV and make her name something new. If she just plays a supporting role, perhaps it may work, but let's be honest. In reality, how long do these shows run? 2, and if you're fortunate, 3 seasons. Kim isn't exactly bringing powerful acting to the table, even if Blackish and Grownish did have their chances. In the meanwhile, reality television is exhausting itself. People aren't paying as much attention as they once did. Millions have been made by the Kardashian money machine, yet 10 years later, the buzz isn't the same. And for that reason, this whole action seems so dubious. Kim may be trying to salvage something before the reality TV bubble breaks. Additionally, Kris Jenner faces a serious issue if reality TV fails. If the cameras weren't always rolling, the family loses the steady publicity that sustains their business. For the momager who built a whole dynasty on publicity, Kim's alleged reversal is not just uncomfortable, but a nightmare. Let's face it, if Kim's acting career takes off, I'll be shocked. Acting comes naturally to certain individuals. Brad Pitt blends in with every part. Marilyn Monroe became immortal because she inhabited her role so fully. Idris Elba and Denzel Washington are true movie stars who change on film, but you never forget who you're looking at when you see Kim Kardashian. Kourtney has left. Since she has the most irritating schedule, she won't be at the shoot. She doesn't change. She doesn't disappear into a fictional persona. She's merely Kim reciting lines while wearing a different costume. People don't even notice the fashion when she models things. All eyes are on her. She is undoubtedly memorable due to her presence, but not in an acting-friendly manner. This is when things start to get nasty. I don't think this is ambitious. It has the sensation of damage control. Remember Kanye's outbursts? Kim put forth a lot of effort to protect herself from the consequences, but the fissures are still there. The Kardashian name is no longer infallible. Not even close. No matter how well the PR machine worked, Kim's image has suffered hits that she just couldn't shake. Examine your surroundings. The atmosphere has changed. Businesses are not lining up as they once did. Not all endorsements are as successful. Her former air of perfection is quickly vanishing. Additionally, this acting change seems more like a desperation rebranding to remain relevant than it does confidence. And if that's the case, Kris Jenner's troubles go beyond reality TV. She is coping with what I said. I wasn't even being serious, yet she was being impolite. So I apologized for that. But when you put in the least amount of labor, you're the most entitled person on the earth. What I'm saying is that, fading star. The only thing that the Kardashian enterprise was created with no room for compromise. In Hollywood, Kim Kardashian's dating life has become a major red sign. Some guys no longer even want to go out in public with her. They don't want the baggage, the Kanye shadow, or the constant circus that her brand now carries. Not because of Kim personally. The Pete Davidson chapter may have been the last nail in the coffin, let's face it. There was more to dating him than media mayhem. It gave the impression that she was untouchable. She has no idea what it's like to really have a job. The stigma is still very much there, and no guy wanted to be seen as Pete Davidson's ex's comeback. Although Kim isn't as persona non grata as Kanye, her radiance has undoubtedly diminished in comparison to her former impenetrable celebrity sheen. Companies are keeping track, without a doubt. The terrible truth is as follows. Kim may be losing her appeal in the fashion industry as she ages, but it's not about her appearance. She remains beautiful. There's no doubting that. The issue is that premium companies target the ideal 18 to 35 demographic. They are the ones that maintain the upscale homes, spend their rent money on purses, and buy heels. The sweet place is there. Furthermore, Kim is no longer hitting it. She is no longer of the moment in their eyes. Kylie Jenner, meanwhile, belongs to that group. She is young. She devours trends. Additionally, since she grew up in Gen Z and young millennial culture, she speaks these languages. No, however, it seems as if I haven't scheduled it. It's annoying. She is Kourtney. You are a pain. You're irritating me. Kylie is seen by brands as the link to the future. Kim, meantime, is gradually becoming a household name. And once they put that label on you, you start losing out on the best bargains for someone new in the fashion industry. Kim used to be the face that every company pleaded with, wants someone to scratch at the table in order to maintain her place. No one anticipated that the Kardashian dynasty would undergo such a change. While Gen Z may revere timeless classics or older celebrities like Angelina Jolie, they now prefer someone new, fashionable, and ambitious when it comes to spending money. That's precisely why up-and-coming celebrities, such enormous campaigns with ease. They exude an aura, a spark, and a vibe that makes others exclaim, "She's big sis." When I grow up, I want to be exactly like her. Or, dude, he's massive. I'm emulating his whole appearance. Kim no longer has that appeal. She is no longer the darling of fashion. She was previously sculpted by Kanye. He transformed her into a true high-fashion icon back in the day. All of a sudden, she was being taken seriously by the elite. However, that advantage has vanished. Kim isn't the cultural leader anymore. Advertisers can clearly see that she is pursuing it. Why spend millions on, when Kim, Kylie, and Kendall are Gen Z themselves, they are living the trends and interacting with the audience that businesses are desperately trying to reach. That's the hard, icy truth. Kim lacks the relatability and flair that Generation Z is looking for. Despite this, she is the one who claims to be exhausted. She is retreating. She is moving away from the Kardashians. Not to mention that Kourtney said just this years ago. However, no one was interested in listening when she mentioned it. They pulled her along, but it's suddenly gospel when Kim says it. The whole Kardashian apparatus suddenly yields to her demands as if she were the queen is making the decisions. On the one hand, Kim's goals are obvious. She wants respectability at the highest level. She is sick of being associated with the chaotic days of Kim K's stardom. Her goal is to become a polished, impenetrable professional brand. Here's the catch, however. That isn't how reality TV works. Polish does not provide ratings. They're from a mess. Meltdowns, clashes, controversies, and drama. It is what keeps people interested. The program flops without the trash TV moments. Thus, Kim's retreat isn't just due to exhaustion. It concerns leaving the one thing that still ensured her importance behind. And there's a risk that can backfire on her. The tea is here. According to insiders, Kim is receiving kind support for her choice to reduce her workload. Reality TV isn't her primary priority, but she doesn't want to disappoint Kris or the family. Priority no more. The million-dollar question now arrives. Will she be besieged by her sisters the way they cornered Kourtney? Will they accuse her of being lethargic, pull her, and maybe even toss her hands as they used to? Or will Kim be exempted from the harsh taunts like, "You're the least interesting one to look at," yet still get a free pass? As stated, Kim has a packed agenda according to sources. There just aren't enough hours in the day for her enterprises, her children, her legal aspirations, and her social justice initiatives. There must be some sacrifice. But let's face it, nobody is immune to family conflict. How difficult is it to be followed around by cameras? Is this meant to be real life? Oh, hold on. To correct it. Real life is presented in a polished, edited, and Kardashian-approved manner. Significant difference. Here's the most recent development. According to reports, Kim is preparing for the bar test. You did indeed, Hearth, that's correct. Like her late father, she continues to pursue her goal of becoming a lawyer. When you combine parenting with several business collaborations, Kim's balancing act seems to be finally falling apart. This is where things get juicy, however. Kim has not said that she would leave the program completely. Not at all. All she wants to do is take a back seat and trust her sisters to take over. Is it possible? Kourtney's family is being asked to shoulder the burden for her by the same individual who previously made fun of her for cutting back. The tension is just starting to build, and the irony is too wonderful. Real now speak? If Kim drops out, who is really meant to take over? Kourtney tapped out a long time ago. Kendall and Kylie hardly give a damn about the show. Khloe is the only one with the pieces remaining. She has a reservation as well. Rumor has it that Khloe and Kris are planning a brand new spin-off, a whole different reality series, concerning their girlfriend's cabal circle. Who is left to bear the Kardashians' burden then? According to insiders, Kris is completely freaking out. Although she is putting up a front, she is aware that the empire is faltering behind the scenes. Kim is certain that she can reduce without destroying the display. The writing is already on the wall, but let's face it. This season, she's experimenting to see whether her other endeavors can succeed. You can bet that she will quickly return to the limelight if they fail. Here's the worst part, however. Already, the Kardashian dynasty reached its zenith. Since then, each season has struggled to hold fans' attention. The most hilarious thing is that everything Kourtney has ever said, the things she was made fun of, ridiculed for, and even battled over, is now happening in real time. She was labeled selfish, sluggish, and disagreeable. However, the family is now demonstrating that she was correct all along. The first person to see that reality TV wasn't worth the expense was the so-called black sheep. Kim is now at last catching up? What do you think then? Is this merely another clumsy rebirth or the start of the end for the Kardashian empire? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on this matter. Are we just seeing the Kardashian empire's gradual disintegration in real time, or is Kim really ushering in a new era? Is Kris really able to keep this family together without the cameras always filming? Or will the fissures eventually appear now? Become a collapse? Let's face it. Will Kourtney ever get the recognition she deserves for being the first to predict it all? Or will she continue to be seen as the challenging one while everyone else imitates her tactics? Everything happens in the comment area. Don't hold back then. Put down your "the internet never forgets," so share your thoughts, hypotheses, and predictions. I'd want to hear it all. In this family conflict, who is really winning? Who is lagging behind? And whose next controversy is going to surprise us all? Believe me, your thoughts as drama is getting crazier, so it could make an appearance in our future video. You're at the correct place if you like drinking unfiltered raw tea every day. We release brand new, sugar-free celebrity gossip drama films every day, so hit the subscribe button and become a member of the No Filter family. If you like the chaos, hit like. Tell your friends about this so they don't miss the mayhem. Since the next controversy in Hollywood is always only one headline away, don't forget to switch on that notification bell so you never miss a beat. So fasten your seatbelt, pay attention, and maintain. Here at No Filter, it locked. I'll see you at the next one. Filter, it locked. I'll see you at the next one.